Nana Akufo-Addo forcing himself, pushing hard to become a president. And meanwhile, he knows that, or he didn't he know that this is what the governance is? I'm confused when it comes to that.
Yeah, that is why I'm saying that we have a real problem here. It's not about, I normally don't want to even talk about whether it is Rawlings, Kufuor, Atamels, Mahama, or Nanado. We have leadership crisis in this country. We don't understand leadership. We don't do leadership. We don't understand anything. And that's our problem. Because the citizens must come first. And the nation must come first. And if anything, our party or ethnic and other affiliations come in. Unfortunately, we are not doing that. Now, but I said I am a bit happy. I'm not happy, I'm sad. But I'm a bit happy because I see that there is an element of awakening. And that is possibly coming in the form of Fix the Country. You see, people are beginning to push. And they are beginning to push because they see what is happening in other nations and what is happening in our own nation.
So difficult to live in Ghana.
Yes. And when this happens, it means there is a ray of hope that we will not continue to sit down and let things happen as they have always been. You see, if we continue to live under this kind of enslavement, I call it enslavement.
It's true.
And still keep quiet,
it's true.
Nothing is going to change. So we should have citizen activism. When I say citizen activism, we should rise up and demand our pound of flesh from whoever is in power. It doesn't matter whether it is NDC, NPP, whether it is Mr. Mahama, Nanado, Bawumia, whoever is in power. You see, when they make a promise, let's hold them to the promise. Let's demand that justice be done, the right thing be done. It doesn't matter which party is in power. They may brand us as NDC, NPP. I, as a youth leader, have had issue with that tag. When NDC was in power, we were thought of as being NPP surrogate. Now that NPP is in power, they think we are NDC's surrogate. And that is not the point. Right should be right. If it is murder, if under Party A, murder was wrong, under Party B, murder should still be wrong. Right should be right, and wrong should be wrong. I pity the youth who are growing up in this country because it's almost like there's nothing wrong or right. What is right or what is wrong is us, our politicians, define it to be. So under one government, something can be wrong. Under another government, it is right. Yes. Somebody does A, it is wrong. Person B does the same thing, and it is right because he is a politician, he is a pastor, he is a king, he is a lawyer, he is this, he is that. So it's almost like we have different laws for different people in this country, and that's unfortunate.
Before we come to our final question, and my final question will be probably, what are you doing to contribute your quota to development of Ghana?
All right.
And as of your age, probably, yeah, so are you proud of what then? So before we come that to that, then your final words to our audience, okay. Before you come to Ghana, before you come to that side, we live in a country where we have two major political parties. And some of us, we regretted of NDC and NPP as well. But they have their followers. There are people who follow them in the massive population. Then we don't know this kind of people, what are they doing, why they follow them for, and those kind of things. And the same as NPP. So some of us, we say that is it going to be easy for this country to do away with this kind of two political parties, or probably change the rules and the regulations?
Any better. So that's all they have. That's true. You see, if you are born and you are told this is your mother and your father, you can't change it. You accept it as it is. You may complain, but after a point, when you realize things can't change, you accept you accept it as your fate, and then you live with it. So I think that citizens should educate themselves more. I will challenge the youth and the citizens of this country to read more. We should be more enlightened.
And yeah, that should be your final decision. So let's come to your contribution to the national development.
Yes, as a young, I am quite old, but I still describe myself as a young people because I identify with the youth of Ghana. In terms of my contribution, I have done a lot of work in education, possibly over 50,000 to 100,000 young people have gone through my hands. As a teacher and as a head, I've head a couple of schools. I've done radio shows, TV shows. I've won a couple of awards. For institutions. But this was given to me as a person, so it's in my office. But as a person, I think that we can't all give up on Ghana. We need to talk. We need to write. I write a lot. I have a lot of articles on the nation. In fact, I'm working on a book for the country and a couple of things. I think one of the best things I can do to help Ghana is to write, is to critique, is to speak my mind, is to encourage the youth. So we have annual youth conferences where we bring young people together, we bring professors, business people, and people of high social status to come and speak into the youth. Because if we want the youth of this country to be powerful men and women of tomorrow, we can't just look at them and say they are bad boys, they are this and that. What are we putting into them? Because what we are putting into them are like seeds. They will grow, they will germinate, grow, and then we will have a harvest. If we are harvesting armed robbery, that's what we have put into them. If we are harvesting corruption, that is what we have put into them. We left them empty, and nature abhors emptiness. So if you ask me what I've done, I've done my little bit, and I'm still doing that, because I think the best legacy we can give our youth is education and creating national consciousness so that they can demand better when they know better. Yeah.
Okay, so I think we have a lot to tell us to contribute, and time to time you probably reach to you to give us more of your in-depth knowledge. And the reason why we ask this question is that we see, like, here in Ghana, we see ourselves being useless if you have not reached that status that people will respect you, having money and those kind of, we see ourselves as useless. So that's why we put on to people that what are they doing to contribute their quota to development of this country in their own small way. And some people argue that, oh, they don't have enough environment, I'm hungry, how can I do this and that? But will you choose to be useless, or you choose to be useful? It's two options. So if probably being useful to the nation and yourself, you have to do things on your small way. So that's this question is about. And your final words to our audience. And to advise them to be precise.
I would encourage the Ghanaian youth. They are going through a lot, but they shouldn't give up. Normally, for history to be made, some people will have to be sacrificed. And our brother Atejura, who has been murdered because of his activism and all of that, I think some of these things, instead of making us give up, should even cause us to push for more, because we have the numbers. The teeming youth of this country can do a lot. So they should look for creative ways of survival, creative ways of contributing their quota to national development, creative way of lifting themselves out of poverty into prominence and wealth and prosperity. Don't wait for the politician to do anything for you, because in reality, nothing really is going to happen. But if we all, like little torches, if we bring them together, it will form a big light. But if all of us dip our little torches into water, nothing, the whole nation will be in total darkness. So we should keep pushing and those behind Fix the Country, whatever, I see them all as people who are hungry to see things change.
Yes, yes.
So don't let us all give up. And let's also tone down on our NDC, NPPism. It's not helping the nation. Because at the end of the day, when they come to power, they come to power to seek their own interests. What about your interest? So don't vote based on party colors. Vote on
the policies that favors you,
and the credibility and the credibility of the people you are voting for. And when we vote for them and they don't do as we desire, we should fire them. Because we hire them. If we have the power to hire, we should have the power to fire. And when that happens, I think it will go a long way to help this country. So Ghanaian youth, don't give up. Let's keep fighting.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, so this is Mr. Clement Agyapong, the President of Youth Empowerment Summit. So we have come to the final, the conclusion aspects of our program for the day. My name is Mr. J. Keep watching JTVGH. Subscribe to our channel on YouTube, Facebook. Yeah, goodbye.